Hi and welcome to video number 14 of the Hibernate video tutorial series by Lokam Chanakya. In the previous tutorials we saw how to insert, retrieve and update a record, and in this final tutorial of the basics of Hibernate we'll be looking at how to actually delete a record using the ID. So over here we already inserted a system.out.println saying that we're deleting a record with ID and we're deleting it with that particular ID, and the next step would be to add a try catch block which catches any exception that might occur, and we'll change the correction for exception that might occur over there. Put the braces e.print stack trace. In case any error that exception occurs, we'll be able to print what error has occurred. The first step that we have to do obviously is get config, which initializes all the configurations. Then we'll initialize the transaction object as well, session.begin transaction. The next step would be to create a new persistence class object as usual, and we'll say new persistence class object. You can see all the suggestions that are coming up, and I'm really writing code really quickly. Once you get to use control spacebar on a regular basis, you'll get really good at it. Next step would be to add the ID for this particular class using the set ID, and the next step would be to use this persistence class object along with the ID that we have and actually delete it from the database. So for that we have the session.delete method, which takes the P1 or the persistence class object as a parameter. So once this argument is given as P1, it basically looks at the ID. It doesn't need the name or the email or any other values there in the persistence object. The only object is that it's looking for is the primary key. In our case, it is the ID. So we set the ID, which is coming in as a parameter over here, and we're saying session.delete, and that should delete it. And to commit this to the database so that the delete stays, we say tx.commit. And the next step, let's just close off the session. Deletion is one of the most easiest tasks for us. So once we've closed the session, you can again see we got the configuration, began the transaction, created a new persistence class object, set the ID, and then simply use the session.delete method to delete it and then we committed the action to the database. So let's see how this works out. Run as Java application. I'll just increase this for you guys. And let's enter our choice as we want to insert a record. We'll say test name, test email, and yep, the record has been inserted and our ID is 5. So let's say yes, I do want to perform another one, and let's say retrieval with ID 5, and you can see there we go, record ID 5, name, test name, email, test email. So let's continue. Let's say I want to delete that number 5 right now, so it's 4, and let's enter 5. There you go, deleting record with ID 5, and since we didn't give any message, it didn't say whether it was deleted or not, but since we didn't get any exception, it must have been deleted. So to check that out, let's say yes again, and if you go to retrieve again and enter the ID as 5, you can see no records were retrieved, which means that the record with ID 5 was deleted by us. And now if we continue this and we click on insert and we say the name as test name, again test email, you can see that the record ID has been given as 6. So it means that IDs cannot be reused, and once you delete an ID from the database, that means that that ID will be deleted forever. So 5 cannot be used again. So the next record that's been inserted is 6. And to take a look at this inside the database, let's go over here, localhost/phpMyAdmin, go over to our DemoDB, go over to the DemoDB table, and you can see that there's no 5 in there. And I deleted 2 earlier, so there's no 5 in there, and 6 has come up. So if I delete 6, there will be no 5 or 6, and we'll continue on from 7. That's how the database is made. This is it for the basic tutorials on Hibernate, and you've seen how to actually insert a record, retrieve a record, delete and update records using this CRUD operations class, the persistence class, the Hibernate configuration files, as well as the main class, which actually calls all these. The next tutorial will cover a basic overview of the whole application that we created, and I'll also provide a link which gives you a download link for this particular project that I have in Eclipse. The only thing that you'll have to do is configure it for your particular database and create a database table in your whichever database you're using. And please don't get confused, you don't have to use MySQL like me, and you can use any other database that you want. So in the next tutorial, we'll take a small overview. Thank you for watching our videos. Subscribe to our channel and like our videos. Hope you come back later. Thank you.